Hey folks, my name's Kevin and it's time for some meta knife nerdery. I want to make a quick video where I explained, what's been going on, why I haven't really posted anything for a while, and give you a sense of some things that are coming up pretty soon on the channel. So the short version is, it's a good thing. I completely overhauled the equipment I use and the space in which I can record these types of videos. For basically the entire pandemic, I had been working from home in a makeshift home office that was effectively a repurposed dining room table. And it was kind of in the middle of everything where I live. It was really cramped. Because the dining room table was, first of all, like a dining room table, and it was also really thick, I couldn't mount anything to it. A lot of C-clamps that you would use to mount a microphone or something like that don't fit on something as deep as what my table was. And so it kind of was just a pain in the butt. I had to mount everything with freestanding tripod stands and get boom arms and stuff, try and get lighting over it. It didn't, it worked, but it didn't work well. Finally, I know it's silly to have done all of this that far into the pandemic, but it took me an entire year to figure out how I even could fit a desk into my home. But I rearranged my entire home, got a new desk, got this cork mat for it so that it doesn't quite create the bright hot spots from the light quite as much, and got some studio arm things to mount this is a cell phone, mount my cell phone, mount a mic, and mount some lights better. I have another light that's going to be mounted on the other side, which will hopefully reduce this shadow stuff. But the bottom line is I now have a dedicated space to do this type of work. And it's going to mean wonderful things for my home work. I'm still working from home, and now that I can have a desk that is the right height, I'm no longer going to have the wrist pain that I had. Yay! But it also means that it's going to be a lot easier for me to record these videos because I won't have to reset up a light stand and everything every single time. That was a pain in the butt. So while there's been a lull, hopefully videos will actually come even quicker soon. To give you a sense of some things that are coming up in the channel, so what do we got here? I have unboxing videos recorded, either post or pre this whole change, for I guess these two and this one maybe. I don't know if I have an unboxing for this. I know I don't for this. Can't remember if I have an unboxing for this recorded and if I know where it is, and you already have an unboxing for that. So let's go through what these are real quick and just get a sense of why they're cool. But again, super short. This is just a preview for something that's coming up. This is something I have been hunting for forever. I love the Spyderco Smock, and this is one of the DLT Trading M390 exclusives. I have some custom scales coming in the mail for this from Match Anderson, so I'm going to do a whole disassembly and talk through all of the really cool, clever things that the Smock does compared to basically every other knife, including every other Spyderco. This is the Wiimote, an O-stop Hell design. It is a wonderfully compact, like really maximizing blade to handle everything. And it just has some, ow. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is one of those ones that really cares about finger pressure. That did not feel good. Anyway, it's a really neat knife, and it's going to be fun to talk about. They do some odd things at the front up here. This is the Bestech Goblin. I got this as part of a showdown on little knives that's going to be coming up, because while it is much bigger than something like the McB, it's still a pretty darn small knife that a lot of people consider one of the better fifth pocket knives. And I love tiny box cuttery knives, so I got this to compare with all of those. It's a pretty neat and kind of out there design with really, really nice action. That's coming up. While I'm talking about it, this is the Spyderco McB, and I have an unboxing video of this already, but I'm going to do a full-on deep dive because this is, in some ways, one of my absolute favorite knives, and in some ways, it's got stuff that I absolutely hate. So there's going to be a really interesting love-hate relationship video on this really, really cool box cuttery knife. What else do we have? This is a Boos Mini Arrow, and specifically in the twill carbon fiber. This is a really fun front flipper, and you can do that whole reach around top style. Anyway, this is just a really cool, sleek knife that is super duper light and carryable. That'll be fun to talk about. This This is the Monterey Bay Knives Slayback. Oh yeah, I got a ton of tape residue. I've been using this as one of my primary box cutter openers for a while. It has some really neat things in terms of how it's doing this detent system. This is a double detent slip joint, which means you can just pop it back and forth like that. And one of the side effects of that is it has a weaker detent down here, yet can still have a tremendously nice flick. So when we talk about this knife, we're going to go a little bit of history of what a sway back is, where is it coming that name, and how does this flipper tab and detent system work to get such a good click even when the detent is light. This is a very cleverly designed knife. Can't wait to talk through that. What's the last one on the table? This is an Olamic Busker. This is a really out there design as knives go, but it's an incredibly functional small knife. I'm going to nerd out hard about a lot of little things about this knife, but one in particular is this detent ramp. It has a detent ball ramp that is effectively the perfect implementation of a detent ball ramp. And so I'll talk all about what makes a detent ball ramp good and bad, and generally what makes this knife good and bad, because it is a really cool small knife that fits in your hand so much better than you might think. It's such an odd shape, and yet it kind of works perfectly. Anyway, this and more. I've got other knives coming in the mail. I've got some multi-tool things coming in the mail. Lots of fun and exciting stuff. So sorry for the long pause, but I'm happy and excited to get back into this. Okay, see you soon.